Hi, I'm Laurie Dobson. This is Island Garden Update, August 2nd, 2020. Just finished putting in a new garden, and it's around a rock area. It's a bit of an alpine garden, but it's also got some deep spots, so I'm kind of just doing a lot of silver greens and silver blue kind of artemisias and various things that are drought tolerant that'll do well around hot rocks and and it's gonna look real nice. It's already got some stuff established, and I'm putting in some horehound, which is a mint, to see how that will do. And the reason I'm talking about all these specifics right now is that I wanted to start that way and then back off to some more generalities, but I wanted to bring in the idea that certain plants have a real satisfaction component to them. So here's one right here, gentian. It's a gorgeous, I don't know if you can see that there. It's a blue. It's kind of played out now. It's in a pot. It needs to go in the ground, and it might make it till next year if I do. So timing is everything, you know, here in this garden. Here's a gorgeous view here that includes some pots. It's a nice geranium ivy style. And then catmint that's gone on and on and on and on and keeps doing so beautifully. Enkianthus, this shrub here, and some astilbe behind it, and platycodon, a rose, and bee balm, and some climbing hydrangea. And that's just on that side. I don't know if you saw that or not. I can't really tell. Sorry. On the other side, there's some, let's see, I can tell better here. There's some another Enkianthus over here. The two of them, kind of sentinels to the doorway. And then the urns, even more so, coming down, cinching in, opening out. I'm showing my opening out on both sides here and over here, with the rocks in the center going out to the road. We're lucky because the road is like right there, so it kind of is a quick entry into a garden. I love it. And there's a lot of miniature conifers in these two beds. We took out a huge patch of irises, and they're still trying to come up here and there, because they're pesky, just like these puppies. That's Mimsy, and that's Tum Tum. They're very well behaved right now because they just got some incredibly yummy treats and they want more. So they're being very well behaved. Usually they go into the area here across the street or around the corner, and we can't find them, and we're always constantly yelling for them. And they show up when they feel like it. Anyway, dogs. So there's the hose to the garden that is now becoming watered in. I'll go down in there in a second. But I just want to show you something first. These platycodons, these blues, if you can see those. Yeah, you can see those. Right past them closer to the street are fairy roses. That's about my favorite flower. They bloom late, but then they come in, they stay, they're steady. They don't get deterred by, there's no Japanese beetles that really undermine them, and they last sometimes through Thanksgiving, even in warmer climates. Hummingbird coming in here. We have been incredibly visited so much by them. They know us now, so they don't mind us on the porch, which is great. We've got kind of a symphony going with nature here. This porch is right into the garden, feels enveloped by garden, and to do that I also put it around the corner. It's like in planters and pots and hanging baskets. You know, it's not like I've invented the whole idea of gardening, but I really feel like I've been lucky that it's become an area that has mixed so well with my nature, that it gives me, you know, the ability to be engrossed, to research, to be physically involved, to constantly be, you know, focused on nourishing it, or, you know, the evidence is pretty clear. And then also that creatively, you know, it's visually appealing, sensorial, you know, to the senses, smell too, really, but just and the feeling on the skin, and the feeling of the breath, and the involvement in the garden is like, you know, you just feel this symbiosis. It's pretty amazing, and it's something that also unites Bob and me in a common enjoyment, which, I mean, if a garden can't be shared, that's a sad thing. So I feel lucky about that. Those poppies over there right in front of pear tree are now dying back. And this particular time is beautiful because they're such a beautiful flower, and then they're incredibly pretty when they're they're orange and they're voluptuous, but then they're so rich on the inside. It's like I can appreciate bees not being able to resist flowers like that. It's this blackness and then this fuzzy core center that it's just coming at you in this powerful way. It's powerful, but it's so brief, and then they're gone. Somebody once told me that said the best thing about me was that were the flowers, my identification with flowers, that meant my love for gardening, because it was so brief, that they're, because they're so, it's just not like something that has to endure constantly, it's like something you just appreciate in the moment and you just let it go, kind of be in the moment with it. So flowers teach you that. And so the poppies now the seed heads are over there. And I wrote a poem once called the Infinitesimal, Filigreed Infinitesimal. Filigreed Infinitesimal. I believe that was the title. I wish I could find this poem. It's a pretty good poem. But it's about how things can just, kind of become and keep becoming, and then there's this seeming peak. But in the natural world, the seeming peak and our enjoyment of it, we like to really enjoy it at a particular phase for us. But it's about succession here. It's about survival, and it's about maintaining and enduring things. There's some serious things they have to endure out here. There's this tree over here has this thing happening to it. Let's see if I can show it to you. Yeah, see it? It's at the top of it has started to limp and then droop, and we don't really know what that is. They deal with bugs and funguses and stuff, but I don't. We've done some fertilizing, but we've got dogs and they eat fertilizer, so we don't really do that much. We just try to focus on good soils and watering. And I just now, and that put down some chips, mulch and chips. It's kind of when it occurs that something is needed because something's not happy, or it's something struggling against something else. You have to make a decision, either move them further apart, take one out entirely, introduce a third thing so that they're all counterbalanced, or really, just pruning, which it has a place too. And then so I'll go down there to the garden in a second as soon as I wave to my neighbor coming in. And she wanted some the spinach and the milk because she's going to make the sag paneer. So I'm going to do that. All right, excuse me. Sorry. And then, all right, so here is something else. What time is it? 8. Okay, we have a couple more minutes before I have to stop this. So lots of things drying up. These are foxgloves. I'm going to be lifting those and spreading them in places where it makes sense to put them, but not until I create more spots here, because no point in broadcasting it onto something that's well established. So sometimes I wait. But I just put down some columbine seeds. Were drying out today. Today is August 2nd. Good time to spread columbine seeds around. They like the edges of things. They can manage. They're pretty tough, actually. Beautiful plant. Okay, so here's what I just put in. Here, let's put it this way. This was, that's the, oh gosh, it's hard to do this on this side here, but anyway, I'll try to figure it. So that is the 3 urns there, and you can see it. This is the Artemisia that was already there. I put in some mountain mint and dug more around the outside of this and around helping that juniper there, trying to give it some chances to survive against the weeds. This garden is one I got given by somebody, and all those plants, the blue-green, drought-tolerant plants. There's let's see, There's lamb's ears. There's rose campion, although it's a white campion actually. There's a yellow I'm trying to remember what that actually is. It looks like a foxglove. I can't remember the name offhand. Feverfew is here. Tennesseetum. And then this lovely one here. Silver Queen Artemisia. And I've got some beauty bushes started in here. I put a Verbena Bonariensis, that purple one over there. You can see that. And those guys self-sow. So it's good to get things like that want to kind of do that. I got a Dutchman's Breeches over here. I'm going to go through the water to do this. Dutchman's Breeches, training on an old bedpost. And I use iron coming through here. Yikes. Okay, sorry. Old iron in the garden. We found an anchor. There's an anchor that we actually found in the pool, which is down the road here in the mud. So found treasures, and various found treasures here. These old pots are not perfect, but they sure do well as statuary. And that one's waiting for something to go on it. I like statuary. It can look junky, so you kind of have to work it in properly. Like I have 4 pots here out front, and then 2 more back there. Then there's another metal one. So this chair over there facing a view, in this case the view is the view down the road, and you can't really see it, but it sort of suggests, and there's a prick of view there, which is good for appreciation. You sit there, you're looking at the water, you might as well be on the seaside because you're attuned to it. So being attuned in a garden, that's a good word. Trying to focus the attunements in various places. And here's a glorious spot right here under the boughs of a spruce, looking out on a garden and everywhere, and just having a bit of a perspective on things and on life. And that's a good thing. All right, have a good day.